Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Necessity podcast, where every heartbeat tells a story of care, compassion, and community. My name is Philip, and I am your host. So, in today's episode, I am bringing to you the topic why nurses are leaving the NHS. There has been growing concern about nursing shortages in the NHS and issues about retention of staff in the NHS. Why is this important to consider? How does it affect patient care? Now, currently, when you go to the A&E, you are expected to have a waiting time of minimum of 5 hours. Some going through 7, 8 hours in the A&E. And when a patient who reports in the A&E will normally have an urgent condition that needs attention. So there is shortage there. Because of shortage of nursing staff, appointment waiting times has been elongated as well. And this has a great impact on patient care. Why is this so shocking and has become very important to talk about? RCN made a report. When I say RCN, the Royal College of Nursing, they made a report in November 2024. The chief secretary had an interview in February and they reiterated the same thing they said in the report in 2024. Now, in this report, shows that a lot of people, nurses to be precise, are leaving the NHS. What is causing this? Why should this be a concern? So the RCN analyzed the latest NMC data about nurses leaving the register in the UK when you want to leave the register and the reasons why nurses are leaving the register. The Royal College of Nursing analyzed this report. The numbers living within 10 years of registering increased by 43%. The existing number of people that would normally leave the register before pandemic, there was an increase of 43% of those living within 10 years of practice. So people working for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, and they are leaving the nursing workforce. And the report also indicated that while those living within 5 years rose a staggering 67% since 2021 to 2024. The numbers that will normally leave, there was that's a progressive rise. Those within 5 years, so new registrants, people working for 2, 3, 4, and 5 years, the value increased. The number increased by 67%. That left the register. This is huge because already there is a shortage of nursing staff, and the number that NHS is having, a lot of them are also leaving. So when you look at the statistics that they gave, you realize that they said those within 10 years that are leaving the register, they estimated 1,607, but those that left rose to 2,295. That is the 43% we are talking about. And then the people that lives within 5 years, estimated value was 697. And then at the end of the period between 2021 to 2024, those that left were actually 1,166. This is report from the Royal College of Nursing. It means that a lot more people are leaving the register. One will say, what will make a nurse decide to leave the register? So the NMC report for the leavers, the nursing leavers, had reasons for that. One of the common reasons that people said that made them is poor physical and mental health. Many people think that they don't have the health, they are not fit physically and mentally to do the nursing profession. You know that nursing is very demanding, especially in these times. It's so physical because you have to do a lot of work. There is shortage of staff, so if 4 staff were supposed to do tasks during a shift, now you are left with say 3, or in the worst cases, some even have 2 to do the work that is ideally for 4 staff. So it is physical and then it is mentally draining. So people think that these reasons they are not able to do or to further the nursing profession and they will quit. The second reason that people leaving the register enumerated was burnout and exhaustion. There is a lot of stress, burnout, and exhaustion in the NHS, and we have made an episode on burnout that will be released. Many people are exhausted, they are stressed out, they don't have any energy in them, and because of that, they decide to quit. They want to look for something to do. Imagine people going through nursing school for years, come to practice. People having the experience, the skills, the knowledge to care for the patient, and they feel so exhausted, burnout. Staff shortage is one of the causes of this burnout. Heavy workload is one of the causes. You go for a 12-hour shift and there is a compilation of tasks that you have to do. This is causing people a lot. They are stressed. If they can't take it more, then they will leave the world. And then the third one, the people, according to the survey, brought out is lack of recognition. Many nurses think they are not given the necessary recognition, which I think is true. Now, what in my personal experience I have seen in the NHS is that you start as band 5. Band 5 is when you are newly qualified nurse. You will start as band 5. If you are internationally educated nurse, no matter your skills, your qualification, and then your years of practice, when you come to the UK, you will still start at band 5. Even if you were a nursing officer, principal nursing officer in your home country, you will still come to the baseline to start at band 5. And there is no direct progression for you unless you apply for a senior position, which is very competitive and sometimes very difficult to get. So I know a lot of staff that they have worked for 20 years, 25 years. I have met people who have worked for about 30 years in the nursing. They started as band 5 and they are still band 5. Some have retired as band 5. Places like Ghana, where I was trained, when you start as a staff nurse, which is band 5 here in the UK, 3 years you have automatic promotion to senior staff nurse, and a couple of years you go forward. So with years of practice, you can have your promotions to the senior place or position. But in the UK, it's not like that. So many people think there is lack of recognition for what they do. And as I said, people that want to even have that promotion sometimes go through a lot of struggles, even if they want to get this promotion and that they want to quit. So this is a very serious issue because already there is shortage of nurses and the remaining are also leaving the NHS. What do you think about that? Is it a good news? Is it a bad news? What they did was to recruit the international nurses to fill these gaps of the shortages, and they think it's unreliable and unsustainable. And we will come your way with a full episode of why the government and the ministers think recruiting internationally educated nurses and depending on them largely in the NHS workforce is not a very sustainable approach to ensuring a very good workforce. We come to your way with details in that one as well. There is a very important reason that I nearly forgot. Low pay, low salaries for nursing staff. I think it's one of the most reasons it has been enumerated by the RCN letter, and it is one of the surest way that people also want to leave the NHS. They think it is not lucrative enough. It's quite difficult to live with how much you get. For the time past, there has been a lot of demonstrations and strikes about nursing pay and all of that. You could expect very little that has been done about it. And when people feel they are not having a good salary and they are demoralized, they also tend to leave the NHS profession. What are the solutions they are proposing? So according to the Royal College of Medicine, that is the largest professional body in the UK. According to them, they have proposed two things that they want the government to consider. They started with the previous government, the Labour, and now we have the Conservatives, and they are pushing the same agenda. One is increasing pay, that is salary for nursing staff. And the second agenda there is loan forgiveness. Many people here in the UK go through their nursing profession by taking a student loan. So when you complete school and you start working, definitely it's a loan, it's not a gift. So you are going to be deducted for how much you have taken. If they are made not to pay, but rather giving them opportunity to work. People are ready to have their loans forgiven, and they think that they will be able to work in the NHS for longer. I think this is quite common. It has some relation with something that was done in the nursing field in Ghana, where students were given nursing allowance. And when you take the nursing allowance, you have a specific number of years that you are going to work. So the government pays you from year 1 to the years that you complete your nursing school. You are given the nursing allowance. The government does not take back the money. It is not a loan, but you go through a bond to work for the state for 5 years. After 5 years, you decide to quit, move, or travel, or anything you want to do. And many people here, the student loan forgiveness, them work, they think is going to help. And then, so these are the two things they are proposing now. They also saying that a lot of numbers for students applying to come into the nursing profession are dwindling. They are going down drastically. And when they surveyed people in the nursing profession, why they quit the nursing even before graduation, and then why many people are not even applying, the number one focus of this research point out to the fact that financial constraint is a key. And students that have the opportunity to take the student loan, when they finish and they are taking the money from them, it adds to the pressure, the financial pressure they go through is going to help retain a lot more of nurses. What do you think? Lastly, we also have falling number of students that's being enrolled in the nursing schools. Well, what do you think about it? How well do you think the institutions, the government will be able to help addressing the shortages? NHS is 75 years and counting, and for my personal experience, is a very good institution that is rendering a lot of service to people in the UK. And if measures are taken in place to strengthen the NHS, is going to be a help to everybody here in the UK. Thank you for listening to this podcast. If you have any views, suggestions, experience, if you can share your experience and your feedback with me, available on all social media platforms at the Nurses Heartbeat. Thank you and take care until we meet on the next episode. Heartbeat Matters.